Peace, infinite waters, diving deep once again. We are out here in nature, baby. Beautiful deep divers. Can you hear those birds all around us? That means it's going to be a good day. But are you a perfectionist? You don't feel good enough? Are you trying too hard? You got this idea of having a perfect image? How to accept the imperfect you? Let's just breathing in that good ass prana, baby. I got a question that came in. Ralph, how can I accept myself? I'm a perfectionist and it's really getting to me because I know I'm deeply flawed. It's just that I have this tendency to start showing the whole world like how perfect my life is on the outside, but on the inside, it's a totally different story, Ralph. We ain't even had breakfast yet. Can I get a hello pair? Oh, you're not pulling up to people's cars and then taking selfies with them, right? Hey, look at my Rolls Royce, right? Renting out plain studios, okay? Look, let me share with you what's helped me along my journey. I realize I am not perfect, and I love that. It allows me to be human. So many of us in our society, we are caught up with this idea of being perfect, whatever that is. I have no idea, right? This ideal to reach by society, to be loved by people, but is it really you? So I'm on the beach the day before yesterday, and what happens? I'm talking to a good friend, and we're like, when you are constantly striving to be perfect, you become sick. And that's what's happened in our society. So many of us are sick because we're trying to be perfect. We're trying to become something which we are not. So I've realized, screw that. I might as well just be myself. Now, the steps I took to get here were as follows. I realized that perfectionism is a recipe for disaster. Because life is not perfect. There are cars going by this way, there is a beach that way. It's full of contrast. So I realized this. I can accept my imperfect self by realizing that letting go of perfectionism is good for my health. Slow motion this side. I used to be such a perfectionist. I couldn't really accept myself, always tried to get it right. I would lose sleep, couldn't eat. It was terrible. Even the cat down the road was worried for me. Ever since I stopped caring so much about everything, my life began to flow a whole lot better. I can actually sleep at night and on time too. Be proud of your mistakes. Are you afraid to show the world your mistakes? Look, the reason why so many deep divers are still diving deep with infinite waters is because they know Ralph isn't perfect. You remember the time, baby, when I was in my garden with a massive afro, right? Go back and watch my old videos. So people have seen my whole journey, right? So I used to just wear like a black shirt for like years. Simple. Because I realized a beautiful thing is never perfect, right? Just simple stuff. Now I wear indigo. Every mistake is a stepping stone to help you become your greatest version. Mistakes show us how not to do something. Why would you want to hide that? Yet so many of us are caught up in showing the world on social media, hey, look at me. But is it really you? So I've realized that, hey, show people your mistakes. In fact, guess what? It actually inspires people a whole lot more. That's how you accept the imperfect you. Realize that when you are proud of the lessons learned, because each one of us has gone through some crazy shit. Each one of us has a valuable resource called experience, and you can pass on your wisdom to other people. You can say, hey, when I was 15, I did some dumb shit. I'm imperfect. There are no saints on planet Earth. The last one left in a helicopter. So That's how you accept the imperfect you. Start loving yourself, okay? Start loving yourself. Start loving your struggle, how you came from nothing to something. I love my early days, my humble days. That's what I call them. Okay, when I was just starting out in my garden. You remember when I had the massive afro, right? Didn't know what I was doing, okay? It was fun. I was so innocent. I'm not innocent anymore, right? Be in love with your struggle. That's how you accept the imperfect you. Realize everyone you meet has gone through something which has changed them forever. Nobody is as perfect as they appear, even on social media. Even all of those photoshopped images you see on Instagram and Facebook, nobody lives like that, okay? Behind the scenes, people are totally different. How do I know this? Because they tell me all their problems in consultations. That's another story. So I start to realize that, hey, no one has it all figured out. I definitely don't, okay? So I realize it's okay to go through the struggle and show people that, hey, I make mistakes. I'm still learning every single day. I'm still evolving. But even despite that, I still made it out, right? I still made it out of that tight condition, and I pulled through, right? That's how you accept the imperfect you. You took the worst thing and turned it into the best thing, and now you're in nature, right? 7-day vegan challenge. Now, I love pineapple juice. It's full of vitamin C. Oh, Ralph, your life is so perfect. You're just drinking pineapple juice. No, I used to drink Coca-Cola all day. Fanta, Sprite, fizzy drink, soda. It was terrible. My teeth, I thought they were gonna rot away, right? I used to eat hamburgers and potato chips and just terrible food, full of grease. Yeah, lots of grease. I used to eat that stuff, right? Sugary foods, right? I was no saint when it came to eating. I was no saint, right? That's how you accept the imperfect you. You reflect on how bad you used to eat. And then you share that wisdom with other people, and you're like, hey, you don't want to make the mistakes I made, okay? But you see, I've changed my life for the better, because now I'm stuffing my mouth full of blueberries, full of vitamin C, okay? But I'm showing you, I didn't always used to eat blueberries, just being honest. Now, how to accept the imperfect you. Ladies, do you sometimes judge every little part of your body? It's not good enough. Fellas, do you do the same thing? I've realized this. You have to love one flaw at a time. Slow motion this side. But Ralph, you seem so perfect. Do you have any flaws, Ralph? Is there something you don't like about yourself? Well, for a long time, I didn't like myself. I used to stare in the mirror at school and think, gosh, I don't want to be myself. I want to be someone else. Okay? So I had to learn to fall in love, or rise in love, baby, that's better, with the image I saw in the mirror. Now I absolutely love myself, because I've learned to realize my flaws are what make me. I'm happy with my, what I call, perfect imperfections. Look at it like this, deep divers. That toe of yours, which sticks out a bit funny, it gives you a bit of character. The universe was like, hey, I want to make every single human being totally different. So let me do a little experiment. Let me put a birthmark on her butt and make his ears a bit big, and it's all fun, right? We aren't this body. We are the primordial life force energy beneath it. No slow motion. So I've realized I'm not just saying, okay, I'm just this body. I'm so much more than that. How can your energy be flawed? Think about that. Okay? And what you think is flawed in you, there is someone who is absolutely guaranteed gonna love it. They're gonna be like, can I massage your feet? I don't like my feet. They'll be like, can I massage it? Right? I'm a Pisces. I'm connected to my feet. Look, I've realized this, that you have to surround yourself with people who don't judge you for being different. Right now, I'm near Malibu, California. Down that way, you have Venice Beach. And I'm always in Venice a lot of the times, and people are just doing whatever they want. And it's so freeing, it's so liberating. That's how you accept the imperfect you. When I'm in the UK, I'm in Camden Town a lot, okay? Camden is fantastic. A lot of people with tattoos, they're like, Ralph, do you want to get one? I'm like, if I get one, I'm going to get infinite waters right on my butt. So that's how you accept the imperfect you. Hang around people who love your weirdness, who love when you talk nonsense to them. That's what you call real friendship. And they're not bothered by it. How to accept the imperfect you? Hang around people. How about this, deep divers? Hang around people who are less fortunate than you, right? So I complain sometimes a lot. I'm no saint. And then I'm like, wait a minute. I've lived in so many different countries. I've lived in Sierra Leone for 1 year. I've lived in Brazil. I've lived in so many different European countries. I've seen people with a lot of money and people with nothing. So I realize when I'm around people who have less than me, it allows me to say, actually, let me throw perfectionism out of the window. I'm thinking of perfectionism right now. Some people are just thinking about how to survive. How about that, right? Some people are looking for their next meal. Okay, some people haven't even got a roof over their head. So to accept the imperfect you, realize once again, life is not perfect. The earth has many problems, and you are also going to have many problems, but the secret is to become an alchemist and love your flaws, so now they love you back. I've realized this, that you have to realize it's never going to be good enough. I used to make videos and think, cut. Now I do videos in one take. One take. I'm like, if a helicopter comes up, let it come. If the cat down the road comes into the frame, let it come. Whatever happens, happens. I'm releasing resistance, baby. That's how I accept the imperfect me. I'm like, it's never going to be good enough. Heard that song by Linkin Park? You tried so hard, but in the end, it doesn't even matter, right? So I've realized that no matter how hard you try, sometimes you're not going to be satisfied. So be content with what you have, and that's how you accept the imperfect you. I've learned this along my journey, deep divers. You have to get real. When you are truly real with yourself, you're like, okay, I get it. If I'm honest with myself, what is perfection? Am I really trying to love myself, or am I really trying to fit in? To ditch perfection, to accept the imperfect you, stop trying to fit in. Don't you realize I work in Photoshop too? I can manipulate you and you can look like Cinderella, ladies. Just airbrush, right? They don't even look like that. They don't even look like that. They don't even look like that in the magazines. I know because I did it for them. I'm bad like that, right? They don't even look like that. We spent 5 hours on that picture. Oh. Love you without makeup, ladies. Love you, fellas, without big muscles. Accept the imperfect you. How about this? Can you imagine a world where we never saw people's bodies and we only saw their energy? How about loving yourself for everything that's not physical about yourself? That's how you accept the imperfect you. That's how I accept the imperfect me. I'm like, okay, I may not have the biggest muscles in the world, but at least I can say this: feels so good to be alive, baby. Can I get a hello there? And that's how to accept the imperfect you. Have a beautiful day, deep divers. Ditch perfection. Throw it out of the window. Who needs it? We don't need it. We don't need it. We don't need it. We're just, woo, breathing in that good ass prana, baby. Realize you are good enough. Have a beautiful day. Infinite waters. Diving deep once again. Stay well. Stay healthy. Peace. You. You don't have to be perfect to have fun. Just be you.